Dragons are awesome. Who doesn't love dragons? Who thinks they're awesome? I do. I hope you do as well, because this is the whole point of this video. So pretty much dragons, I love them so much. I really loved them ever since I kind of known what dragons were, pretty much. This thing that people made up a long time ago, pretty much exaggerating what these lizards and that were, and pretty much making these fire-breathing creatures and that. And now we pretty much use them for media and stuff like that. Drawings, video games, books, we use them for everything. Heck, even just looking in, seeing cute ones, scary ones. Dragons is just cool and you go, oh, that's so cool. Heck, sometimes you just want to even just be a dragon in a video game. I mean, who doesn't want to be that? Flying about, breathing fire. Heck, some even like going underwater, some are just ground dragons, some do have arms, some don't have arms, some have wings, some don't have wings. They're very cool and go in so many different ways. So I thought, since there are so many different variety of dragons, why don't I take different varieties of dragons and pair them up with random items like I've done before, different things, not sure what they're going to be getting exactly. So I have this wheel here, I have different things. Let me quickly go over it, what the wheel has. We have multiple different things, let me quickly go over it. We have keys, mirrors, tires, drill, a magic lamp, paper, glow sticks, socks, soap, soda, signs, and we have a dice. Random assortments of random stuff. So without further ado, let's spin that wheel, jump right into it, and see what we get for the first one combined with what dragon we get. Let's see if we can go. Here it comes. We've got something cool for the first one. Woo! Okay, so the first pairing is the drill. That's kind of cool. Okay, I then know what kind of dragon we're going with this, so let's just jump into it. First drawing with the pairs dragon. Let's go for it. Okay, so pretty much the first thing that we decided to go with to pair with the drill is we're going with the dragon, the drake. I believe that's how it's named, but yeah, the drake, from what I've looked at stuff like this, is a dragon that's pretty much ground based. It doesn't have wings, it doesn't have things, but it is a giant lizard overall. So I thought, you know what, it's kind of perfect for the kind of theme I'm going with. So yeah, we can kind of go with it. I mean, from the looks of anything else, it looks like they're kind of the more earth-based kind of creatures than overall. Don't get me wrong, these drakes are still giant and still big and still things you definitely don't want to deal with. But I thought, because it has the drill part of it, I thought, well, that's perfect. We can make it also not, since it can't fly, it digs underground. Which makes it pretty much, yeah, a bit more tankier than it would be. So we've got things like its tail is pretty much almost a spinning drill for propulsion. We've got these big giant tusks at the front to kind of be one giant big scoop to scoop out the dirt. We've also got kind of its claws as well, almost like shovels timing out. And yeah, it's just got like big metal plates, metal spikes, everything to help it pretty much speed along underground. But it's not just good for that, but it can also, instead of finding caves, it rather prefers to dig its own caves. So yeah, that's what I kind of thought when I was going with this. I mean, I was like looking, I was like, this is perfect. This is the perfect combination for these two. And yeah, I kind of thought, well, a lot of things like that kind of like, well, will you go for the kind of earth and like brown kind of colours and stuff like that, a bit of orange and all that in there and stuff like that. But also need to kind of put some metal colours in that as well to kind of like, you know, show off those little shining metal parts. But yeah. But overall, I kind of like how this really actually kind of turned out. It actually looks pretty cool. I really was just kind of adding some bits of details and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, one of the things as well is I was kind of looking at some big massive drills, like giant machines and all this as well. And I was like, yeah, that could be a good little bit to add to it, I think, indeed. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the drake. I don't think I've ever drawn just a drake before, so this is my first time even drawing just one. But yeah, overall, quite happy with this one. Quite happy with the look. This is a good start to this one, and yeah, I guess we'll move along to it. Right, so our first one's done. It looks really cool. I'm quite happy with how that done. But let us do another one. Let's spin the wheel once again, see what we get for this one. So many different things. Not sure what we're going to be getting, but I'm sure we'll get something cool. It is... Oh, okay, soda. That is definitely one of those things. Oh, wow, it's very close to sign. So it's a really interesting one. That's about glass and soda and a few other things we can do with that. Yeah, I think I know we can go with this. So, yeah, let's work on our next one. Right, our next dragon to pair with the item we've got, soda. So, when I'm kind of thinking of soda, I'm kind of thinking, well, it's airy, it's bubbly, you know, you've kind of got like the glass and all that. I thought that'd be kind of cool, maybe some kind of like glass kind of soda kind of dragon. That could be pretty cool. And then I was going, well, if it's going to be mostly flying, a wyvern would be kind of perfect for that, because they don't really have, well, they don't really have kind of like normal like front legs. They're kind of just wings and then two legs at the back. That's pretty much a wyvern. And I was like, okay, well, that could be kind of perfect for this. So one of the things I was looking at is like, well, I've got to make this soda. I've got to make it look very interesting as well. So I was like, definitely glass is going to make it interesting. Gotta be honest, I don't draw glass this often. I really don't. So it was definitely, glass is definitely one of those things. It's very difficult to get right. Definitely difficult to get looking correct and everything else. And even looking at a few kind of ideas of drawing wyverns and everything else. I've drawn a few wyverns before, so not my first one to drawing that. But definitely adding that element of glass and also the soda and the liquid as well. It's a lot. It's quite a lot to do. It definitely is. And I don't want to spend all the time in the world, stuff like that. So yeah, glass is definitely one of those things that there's just so many reflections, so many things you've got to add to it and everything else to get it to look right and everything else. I think overall it looks not too bad, if I'm going to be honest. I was definitely working on this quite a bit the most, just for that kind of like, there's just so many bits you have to add, everything else, and especially there's just so many reflections when you're just drawing glass can have. It really is. I mean, there's, for example, there's a reason why sometimes you want to, instead of doing some reflections, you might just kind of cheat it a wee bit and put some kind of bluish tint instead of a pure ridiculously see-through glass, because boy, you could be on that for ages, and boy, just doing that one glass. So I was like, right, we might kind of cop out a little bit, but you know what, it is. But I did like how I added also the kind of like blue wrapper from the bottle and all that. I thought that actually looked quite cool with the wings. But yeah, I think overall I quite like the idea, the design. But yeah, glass is one of those things that's don't draw it too often. But hey, this is it, the Soda Dragon. It is time to do one final one big hurrah. Let us do one more. We'll spin the wheel one last time and see what we get in it. Let's see what we're getting. We've got so many different things left, but hey, see what we're getting. Wow, very close to signs again, but it's not. It is dice. That is very cool, by the way. A lot of Dungeons and Dragons with dice and everything. It's a lot of good ways you can go out with dice and dragons in a way. So yeah, let us do a third and final one. Let's jump into it and see how we go on with this one. We have the very last one. We have just a dragon, just a basic dragon. 4 legs, the wings, everything else. But we've got the coolest thing to add, and it is dice. So dice is really cool. Dice and dragons kind of go almost hand to hand a lot, because you've got like D&D in general, especially as fantasy and everything else. It's always like Dungeons and Dragons and all this. It's like, wow, it's literally in the name. So it's like, well, I want to make this so the dragon is literally is growing dice from its body, but it's not just that, but it can literally curl up into literally a giant dice. And I thought that would be really cool. So I wanted to also make the wings not just like normal looking wings, but also wings that when he kind of like rolls, kind of like curls up and folds his wings, he turns into a giant die. I mean, that's kind of a cool concept. But yeah, definitely I generally had, no joke, had to look at a pack of dice that I currently own, like my D20, D4, every single one, and actually look at the shapes and all this. And yeah, I really had to look. I was trying to add so many different shapes, even like ones that are just like D3 and all this and stuff like that. Like, I really, no joke, had to look like what's gonna work for the claws, what's gonna work for the chest, what's gonna work for like things like maybe his scales like poking out and all this, and like horns and all this. And I was like, wow, there's so many applications going. But obviously I didn't want to put it too much, but still make it look dragonish and stuff like that. But yeah, again, I love my purples for some reason, so I thought, believe it or not, some of the dice that I actually own are purple. They're kind of like a purple space kind of die in general. So that was kind of my inspiration for the colours that I kind of picked. So yeah, I know I've drawn purple creatures before quite a few times, stuff that I like my purples and blues. What can I say? It's just fun colours. Space, the final frontier. I love that kind of stuff. So fun to do, it really is. You can just go ham for that kind of thing. But this dragon, I really like this dragon. I really like it. I mean, think about it, a dragon that literally has every die in the thing. It's like, hey, it is the ultimate dice monster in a way. Dice monsters. Oh my god, it's fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what I'm thinking, like fucking Duke Devlin is dice things. But yeah, overall, this one I really like. I love space, love things like this. But this was a fun one. The whole thing in general, I love drawing dragons. It's just so fun. I just can't stop drawing them. And yeah, this is the dice dragon. There you guys have it. We're done. We have 3 cool, amazing dragons. Who doesn't love dragons? I definitely do, and it's really fun drawing them. And definitely doing with some twists in that, try and combine different things, and you never know what you can make. So, by which we have our Drill Drake dragon. That looks pretty cool. We have our Soda Wyvern, and we have our traditional kind of 4-legged dragon itself, with the merging of dice. It is the dice dragon. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is always fun. I always love combining different things. You just never know what you're gonna get with these kind of things. It's always nice. You can kind of like just mix it up, see how things go, and you never know. Some things can work, some things they don't. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of things. You just kind of mash up things, see how they go, and yeah. But yeah, overall, I think this was really fun. I really enjoyed doing these. I'm sure I'll do more in the future. Who knows what I'll be drawing next and what else I could be doing. But anyway, hopefully I've earned your like and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. You guys have been awesome. I'm GreenFly. Please take care. I'll see you guys around. Till then, see you later.